Hi everybody, happy Monday! Today is Monday, June 18th, and I'm back with my next video, which should have been at the end of May. Now it's mid-June, so we'll go ahead and get started. My name is Helga, CaliQ all over the internet, and I'm in Northern California. It's pretty warm today. I don't know exactly the temperature because I've got something over it. But I'm downstairs in the living room. I think the kid is listening to a book on his that little box that we don't say because she'll respond and ask what we're talking about. Don't say her name. He's listening to her right now. She's reading him City of Ember. I don't know if you remember that book, but dystopian culture, sort of. It's a, if I remember correctly, in fear of the world running out of resources, this community is created underground with finite resources for a period of time. We're going to say vacuum sealed from the rest of the world, just enough to survive. And I'll leave it at that. If you want to read it, it's called City of Ember. It's a young adult dystopian novel. I read it years ago with the family I nannied for. But he's listening to it now and really enjoying it. But we're doing summer bingo from the library, and one of the bingo squares is read a book that has a movie. So you read the book, then watch the movie. Excuse me. So that's what he's working on right now. So I thought I would try and squeeze you guys in. Yeah, lots of ums. This morning was exciting. I started my day like most cross-stitchers chasing Mirabilia. So Nora Corbett, if I know correctly, is the designer behind Mirabilia's patterns. All of the ladies, and they're beautiful. And it was the 25th anniversary, so they were re-releasing 5 charts out of print, but only allowing 10 charts per shop. I think I've got that right. I'm not positive. I don't sell cross stitch. I just collect it, basically. I have a lot of charts. I could not stitch everything I own in my lifetime. I had a little bit of a whip reckoning this weekend. One of my friends did she did a whip parade in her last video, and so I was like, oh, am I gonna see what I've got? Yeah, I have 55 whips. That's a lot. And then I was watching someone yesterday talking about how many samplers a person made in their lifetime. 2, 3. So I'm delusional if I think I'm going to finish even a third of what I've done, but I'm coming to the realization that I need to start letting them go if I don't love them. So I have a color hierarchy in my storage bags. And if a project ends up in a certain color bag for a certain period of time, that means it's kind of in moratorium, and maybe it means I don't really want to stitch it. So that's kind of how I'm going to start approaching. Should probably just say right now, I failed at maynia. The minute I said I'm going to work on these things, life, end of school year, end of school year stuff. My son and I both go to school, so end of school year just kind of caught up with me. Sorry, personnel changes at work, additional responsibilities for me, some health things for my family. I have a summer cold. Do you ever notice the minute you go into summer mode, like your body goes, I'm out? I've had a pinched nerve since I finished a commission quilt a few weeks ago. Ended up going to the doctor, having x-rays, going to the chiropractor. They're doing their thing, 400 deep. Just kind of trying to get back on track. We've had a lot going on, but basically mania just didn't happen for me. And they were all projects I'm super excited about. I just didn't touch them. So the first thing I talked about was my princess project. And what I'm doing for this is, I don't know, just I think it's unique. I'm saying a lot. I'm sorry. I'm so out of practice and I don't feel good and I'm whiny. My husband's very grateful he's not home right now because I am whiny. I just don't feel good today. So this is the design. It's from Clouds Factory. It is Moana, and I've done Tafiti and Pua, and that's about it. This is an 18 count oatmeal DMC 2/1, exactly as it's written. I'm just modifying the colors a little bit to make them pop a little more. And I have a very specific idea for this that I'm very excited about. I just haven't been able to commit the time needed to cross stitch it. And I'm going to have to reprint the pattern. I don't know where I put it. So that's usually what happens. That was kind of funny. So this weekend I was chatting with the council. I sorted all of my whips and realized for several of them I don't even have copies of the pattern anymore. Most specifically referring to the Tea and Cake Style from Lakeside Linens. No. Lakeside Needlecraft? Lakeside Needlework? I don't know. I didn't even have the pattern. So onto the internet we go, we Google, we search, we find it. So that's printed, that's in the bag, and that's going to move kind of bubble to the top of projects I need to finish because I want it done. That is my Mother's Day 2017 start. Mother's Day 2018 has come and gone. We just had Father's Day this weekend, and I do not want to leave summer with that not completed. So that was the first challenge I had, is that I don't even have some of these patterns. I did find a whip that I'd forgotten I had when I first discovered Abby top knot. Abby, how's my top knot? I tried. I'm trying to get my hair off my neck to the top. My hair is not nearly as cute as yours when it's up, but it's off my neck, so that feels good. When first I met Abby, we've yet to meet in the same room, but we've met online. She was talking about starting the Rosewood Manor and a Forest Screw. This is a chart I have in my stash. I purchased it when Lindy Stitches was doing it because she just makes things look effortless. And it's been sitting, and I had done one letter. So, and the Forest Screw, and a Forest Screw Rosewood Manor. This is one of those huge projects that lots of people actually finish. A lot of people customize the verse in the middle. That happens to be a Bible verse I like, so I'll probably just leave it as written. But it's just a beautiful, simple, elegant, not busy chart. And I think just it's very visually pleasing. I love how there's so many different types of birds in it. I love all of the individual trees, how every tree is different. There's weeping willows. Weeping willows are my favorite tree. I just love this chart. So I had started this, I think I started it when I was doing my New Year's thing. But I picked it up because either she said it in a video or she posted something online or she commented on something somewhere. But somewhere, somehow on the internet, I saw Abby mention her trees and I pulled out my trees. And I added 2 letters. So I have a T and I have an H. So the word is of the F of, and the TH of the are now in progress. This is a Picture This Plus 16 count Bramble, which I think came out at Market. I'm not sure about that, but it is the color I have. Much like I do with most of my projects, I carry just the thread I'm working on. I'm doing mine in DMC, and I've made a copy of the one page of the chart that I'm on. And when this page is done, my intent is to print the next page because see, it's the one color. Because once you get yourself established, you can work on any piece. So, been binging Flosstube like crazy. Been watching everybody, going back and watching a lot of people I'd already watched before, because there are periods of times where you queue up 30 videos in a row and you watch them all, but they're kind of just on in the background. And I was rewatching a lot of Olivia B this week. And one thing that she was talking about is how when you're sitting and stitching on one thing, you're thinking about the next thing. And that resonated with me, because one of my best stitchy friends, she finishes these huge epic projects in what feels like a blink of an eye. I, on the other hand, do not. And part of why I do not is because I put 3 stitches here and 3 stitches there and 3 stitches here. And in theory, if I put enough 3 stitches, they would get done. But the reality is I have so many going that the likelihood that happens is never. So Eliza Bellcox is a good example of that. Oh, this light is terrible. I'm going to blind you on me. Yep, that's not going to work. Huh. Okay. So last time I had done a little bit of green, peach you can't see, and part of this leaf. And I don't know if you can see, but I've actually filled in with the next color on those petals, and I'm starting the 3rd color now. This is a Picture This Plus 32 count earthen. Sorry, my allergies are really bad this week. It's like hot and windy. If that makes sense. So it's just, I can't breathe. And I'm doing it with a blend of DMC and Fancy Floss single strand. And I only work on this 1 strand at a time. Let me see how close I can try and tighten that up for you. There we go. So there you go. Now you can see. So I'm on the next color. This is blurry. I apologize. I don't have a good camera. I don't post frequently enough to invest in it. And honestly, a lot of why I post is accountability for myself. Or to watch and get depressed because I realized how much I didn't get done of what I committed to. Eliza Bellcox. That is a Hands Across the Sea sampler that is a stitch along with Gulf Coast stitches. And I have it in my Mama Joan bag. So all the things in one. I did, however, work on my chicken. So Debutante is what I'm calling the French Hen by JBW Designs. And it's a every single time. I know I need to pull it out and I don't, so I apologize. So this is what it looks like when it's completed. And I'm stitching this for the first time on linen. So this is an Irish linen from, I don't know, big box, Michael's, Joann's, I don't remember anymore. My minder is from Delicious Threads Jen. It's a vintage tomato. And I don't know, I feel like I've made some pretty good progress. So, yeah, it almost looks like a chicken. And I've only lost my spot like 12 times. So I'm getting there, slowly but surely. Sorry. I'm snapping at the dog. Not the child. The child's upstairs. So yeah, I'm pretty proud of myself. Which is kind of 1x at a time, right? So that was my focus project for a few weeks, and then I got sick of it. And I'm finding I can only work on one thing at a time. Trying to have a rotation isn't working for me. So what I'm doing after talking to my friend Michelle is, she's not on Flosstube, but she was telling me she does a 3 to 5 day rotation, in that she works on something for 3 to 5 days and then switches. And I kind of like that because it's long enough to see a teeny bit of progress, but not so long that you really get sick of it. So I'm not really strictly following the 3 to 5, but I'm following it-ish. And I'm doing a lot of this project lives in this spot for when I'm doing this thing, and this project lives in the spot for when I'm doing this thing. So I have a project for when my son's at Taekwondo, I have a project I keep at my desk, and then I have my couch stitching. So this is my work project, and this is started September 13, 2017, and my goal is to finish this page by the end of summer. I've done all the middle. I'm in this section now. And then this is just highlighter tape, so I'll move it as I go. But it's a single color project on Picture This Plus 16 count Meyer. And this is the Plague Doctor, which is from Busby Designs, not to be confused with my husband Busby. And I'm doing it with Classic Colorworks. What does Priscilla call it? Or Chelsea calls it? Hick sticks? Hickory sticks. So, slowly but surely, I am making progress. Emphasis on slowly. But it's getting there. And 1x at a time. This is a good work project because, again, it's a single color project. Bailey, no, please. There's people out at the pool, so she's gonna let us know that there are people at the pool. Dropped an orange. I'm sitting on the couch. I'm downstairs. Bendy, I don't know how you do this. Well, for one, you do it at the table. But still, you are really good about staying organized while you film. I end up with piles around me. So that's an active project. So it's in my active color sequence, which is a clear bag with a colored zipper. My chicken is also in an active bag. Odette. So Odette is got a blue zipper, which still it's a white bag, so white bag means active. And she is my Mirabilia. So I did get a copy of the chart I was going for, and then I was able to get a copy of the, I don't know if that's the re-release or not, the, what is it called? It's the Lady Mirabilia is what she's called. I think she's their 25th anniversary release. And so I was able to get that from Julie from Gold Coast Stitches. So this is Odette. Odette is on a 16 count Crystal Masquerade from Picture This Plus. And she is, and I'm just doing her in DMC. Keep it simple, right? She is kind of a boxy one. And I don't have a picture of her, but you can look her up online real easy. But she has like a squaring of her dress. Just a second. Is it working? Perfect. Okay. So, that's the one nice thing about Mirabilia is the picture comes off. So this is Odette, and it's called Christmas Elegance. It's, I don't know, they have numbers, or I don't know how Mirabilias work. This is my first one. This one was gifted to me by Bendy when we first started chatting. It was one of the first, might be where our conversation started. Like, she held it up and said, hey, who wants this? And I commented. I don't remember anymore. But this is her. And you can see that she's very boxy. So it's like kind of a square design. And then she's just all elegant. And then the sky is like beaded stars. And her dress is, I mean, the level of beading. So that's all beads in the skirt. So I'm down here in this corner, and I'm here because I decided I want to go up the dress now. And so I've done very, very little. I got an opalescent fabric. It's Masquerade. It's kind of a purpley aqua-y color. but I didn't really know how big she was going to be. So I wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to not have enough fabric. So it was really important to me that I started her on the end and worked my way across. So I've done very little. And she takes an incredible amount of concentration for me. And I'm not sure why I struggle so hard with this, but I do. So much like I did with my other projects, I made a copy of it, and my goal is just to finish this page, right? So I've stitched about here, and that's almost halfway, no, it's about a third across. That's the entirety of a cross. So from this corner to this corner is across the entirety of the pattern. And so my goal is to get across the entirety of the pattern. But like I said, I kind of got bored. And so I decided to go up the side because I had that color and I just wanted to run it up the side. So I don't know what the trick is. Looks like I started this one July 1st. That was my first. So I've been working on it for a year. So on July 1st, I put in 199 stitches. On July 2nd, 188. On July 3rd, 183. And lots of more. That's all I did. And then in January, I started again with, you know, this many, that many, the next many. I am planning to do tour de stitches again. My group has kind of restarted. We all started chatting this past week. So it sounds like we're getting the group back together, which is kind of fun. So I'm planning to do that. And so because of that, I was thinking this would be my project for that because I enjoyed that last time. And I want something that has like heavy blocks of color because then I can kind of lose myself in that. It's MD number 6. Mirabilia Designs, maybe? It's from 1994. Again, it's one of the older ones. I named her Odette because she reminded me of the Odette in a book I read. Sorry, putting the picture back so I don't lose it. And then when I finish her, 100 years from now, I will send her on to Drew Weasley because he requested that I pass the stash to him when that time comes. And again, I only carry the color I'm working on. So right now I'm working on 500 and 561, so I carry them in my little baggies. And this was kitted up for me by, it's Jessie Marie, and it was her storybook, story thread, story collection, I don't know. She had a business. I don't even know if she still does it. She hasn't mentioned it in her videos in a while, so. What's happening with my hair today? Good enough. So, that's Odette. And she's a year old in 2 weeks. So, it would be fun to pull that back out. And especially in light of the way today has gone with the Mirabilias. I tried for Lady of the Flag. I tried for Mermaid Queen because of my mind, and I'm hoping that, so one of the members of the council is a pattern designer, but I really want to try and turn Mermaid Queen more, I don't want to say plus size because I don't mean that, but I want her to be less skinny, a little more me. That's Mermaid Queen. So I went for Lady of the Flag, Mermaid Queen, Lady Mirabilia. Those were the 3 I went after. And then they also released, what was it? It was the opposite one to Stargazer. I don't remember her name, but Stargazer looks this way, this lady looked that way. So it was her. and it was the butterfly girl, who was pretty but not for me. And then there was one more, the sandcastle, which is gorgeous, right? But it has little children, and I'm going to say I don't like children. That's not what I mean exactly. But I didn't, that's not what appeals to me. I love okay, Mirabilias. I love Mirabilia ladies, but how many can you really hang on your walls? And they take forever to stitch, so maybe I'll finish 2 in my lifetime. I want all of the Mira birds. I have 3 of them. I have the 2 from McKenna. McKenna gave me the American Goldfinch and the one that she did. I don't remember. And I think I have the hummingbird too. I don't know where it is, but I have the hummingbird. So I have 3 of those, and I think there's 7 total. So I want those. And then the mermaids and the fairies are hit or miss for me. But I want to do Andromeda like Ariel from The Little Mermaid. And I want to say, whose conversion is that? Heather? I think it's Heather. And she's doing it all in shades of white. But then today I was in Mirror Mirror on the Wall, which is the Mirabilia fan group on Facebook. And somebody did Andromeda as Ariel in teals with red hair. And it's phenomenal. So now I'm totally torn. I also really like red in a green conversion, which is what was done by Emerald Needle, I think. I like her in red too, but I really like her in the green. There's a lady named Julie who did, I want to say she did red and purple, or maybe that's somebody else, but somebody did red as a purple conversion. I want to do Raven Queen as Maleficent. Apparently I have Disney on the brain. Go figure. And there's a couple others, but I really like, I want to take, not Persephone, Elizabeth. I think it's Elizabeth. Maybe. It's the one where she's like, I'm going to pose and it's going to be stupid, so we won't do that. It's the one where she's leaning over the edge of the couch, and I want to do that as a conversion in whites with dark hair like Sarah from Labyrinth. You following me? Yeah? You in? Okay. I have great plans. Very few ever get executed. I have an amazing group of friends that will listen to me plan my ideas all day long and never make fun of me because I don't finish them. And I'm grateful for that. But we'll see whatever comes to fruition. So right now my focus is, finish anything really. Weather sampler, I didn't touch it. Like, it was missing until about 2 days ago when we found it in the office because it had gotten somehow, probably when I filmed, it got underneath the storage box in there. So, yeah, nothing. No change. Same pedal I was on. So, we're at the same goal. I just want to get year to date. I'm in February or March. I think I'm February. We're going to be out of town in July, and I'm planning to take this project and one more, and that's it. And where we're going, I'm going to have lots of stitching time because I can't sew there because there's no electricity. So I'll be able to stitch, but only during the day because at night there's no light. So, and then I had a new start because I'm an indecisive person and I didn't know what I wanted. And I've been watching Country Stitchers, Deb and Liz, and they're having a round robin. And I have to be a part of it because it's so fun. And so they posted, I signed up, I mailed my envelope today. I'm waiting for the official welcome packet. But they posted a video where they kind of walked you through how it's going to work and put a drawing of the pattern on the screen. And we have an obnoxiously large TV, and I paused it and I physically counted the squares because I stitch really slow, but I want to do all the things. And so I was able to, with the information provided by Liz and my husband's really large TV for video gaming, I was able to get the dimensions that I needed to be able to get started. So I'm not even close to being done. I'm not even like a third of the way through the pattern, but it's square. This is the center, and so it goes this way, and then I'm going to stitch in this quadrant, and then the 3. Excuse me. Other people will do the 3. Sorry. So I'm super excited about that. And I chose the Quaker. So there's a Quaker and a primitive option. Sign-ups close on the 22nd. So if you're interested in that, like run, like immediately. And I was talking to my husband, and I don't even know where all these came from, but somehow I've ended up with this really hodgepodgey collection of Weeks Dye Works from, I don't even know. I've never intentionally purchased Weeks Dye Works. I've always bought, I like Gentle Arts because I like their packaging. I know I'm weird. But I don't like Weeks Dye Works package, this thingy. So I have it. I don't know where it came from. Some of them are from Frosted Pumpkin kits. A couple of these are that. Some are I've bought other kits and they've come with, mostly DMC in one of these. But my plan is to take all my weeks. So I've got like chalkboard looking fabric, lots of fun bright colors, 2 skeins of bamboo from, I think it's Classic Colorworks. I'm not sure. Sorry. And then do a white outline, super bright motifs. So quicker motifs in modern colors and just see what comes. So I'm excited about that. Right now, part of why I want to make sure I do this is to make sure it fits on my fabric, because that's my biggest paranoia is my fabric's going to be too small. I cut it not thinking, and I might have screwed it up pretty bad. So, yeah, just kind of putzing on that. I think the first mail day is not till mid-July, so I got plenty of time. And then the one thing I've worked on, because I actually did work on something. I am shooting for a finish. So Stiach is the Facebook group where they're kind of sarcastic, politically incorrect, edgy, kind of funky. And last year they did As for Me and My House We Shall Serve, and then there was like a smorgasbord of options that went in the bottom, and I didn't understand any of them. But it is a traditional Bible verse, and it's one that I like, and the colors I like. And so I decided to keep mine traditional. So mine's going to say, As for me and my house, we shall serve the Lord. And so I've been working on that pretty exclusively. It's kind of the only thing I've really worked on this week. And my plan is to put a cross at the bottom and probably when I'm done, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Because it's not really my colors, but I don't really want to start it over. I just want to finish it. So we'll see how far I get. And that's what I've been focusing on. And then I have one last project. Was my royal wedding style. And I had this laying around. This is like a wooden frame that's got Aida cloth attached. And so what I did is I just stitched the frame. So this is a pattern from Etsy. And I think Ginger Gerald finished it forever ago. I think that's where I first discovered it, and I really liked it. And then somebody else posted it. Diana, It's Kismet, is doing in this really cool variegated blue. And so I decided I needed to do it. And so I'm doing mine in green. I'm going to hold this out here so you can't sneaky and go steal the picture. But it's like $5. Go buy it on Etsy. You too can have it. But it's just a very traditional stamp. So, frame. Queen. This minder's an old one. It's a Drink Me bottle, Alice in Wonderland. And that's my last project I've worked on. So I started this during the royal wedding, and this is my embed project. Because it's just, There's 2 colors to it. It's on 14 count Ada. It's pretty low key, and I can kind of work on it until my eyes are broken. And that's all I got. Per usual, I tried to do too much in a finite amount of time. Very little completion. I need a plan. I need to stop buying stuff. I need to stitch what I have. But you and I both know the minute the charts I got from the Mira sale come, I'm going to be starting those. I've got a piece of really cool fabric to do like a sunset on that I'm planning to do one. I'm sorry, there's a spider on my computer. That's not okay. I thought it was a praying mantis. I'm not sure, but he's dead now. Oof. I've got a sunset fabric. I want to do one of them on. I've got a purple fabric. I want to do the other one. I bought 2. I went for 3. You can figure out the one I didn't get. I'm not going to tell you until you see them. And yeah, that's what I've got. So, not a whole lot more. Going into July, all things patriotic. I do have somewhere, and I didn't find it, I think it's in the car, is the Bless Our Home Sal from Priscilla and Chelsea. Probably going to take that on vacation with me. So, Bless Our Home, weather sampler, and whatever it is I'm focusing on. Right now it's Stiach. Hopefully Stiach will be done by the end of the month. Don't know if it's going to be or not. I'm going to try. But if it's not, I'll take that. And if it is, I'll move on to my next whip. My whips are sorted by color. There are 55 of them. And my focus right now is anything that lives in a pink bag. So if it lives in a pink or a green bag, it is kind of at the top of my pile. Or if it's in a black and white bag. That means the yellows, the blues, and the purple bags are, I don't think I even showed you a yellow. Nope, I didn't. So yellow, blues, and purples are kind of by the wayside right now. I'm kind of doing a stitch what you want when you want, but more of a limited stitch what you want when you want. Because I need to feel like I'm seeing progress. I'm not going to be quilting for a while. I don't really sew in the summertime because it's hot. I might a handwork piece, but I'm not really going to be making quilt tops right now. So my sewing stuff is kind of not put away, but kind of consolidated down for a while. My husband's using the kitchen table for his project, and I'll mostly be stitching. Yeah. Behind me, I have my, over there are my Hallmark Bird of the Year series. My son's turkey feather collection is up there in the jar, and then over to the end are the Audubon birds. We've said before we're a birding family. The evidence is above me. That's all I got for you. Happy stitching. Bye.